Hey everybody, and welcome to Leia's Lair. Here's our summary and review of Star Wars The Bad Batch, Season 1, Episode 13, Infested. This episode opens up with Clone Force 99 returning to Ord Mantell, only to find Cid's club occupied by an unknown force. They meet Roland, the son of crime boss Issa Durand, and are told to leave. They find Cid back at their ship and devise a plan to expel Roland by stealing his spice that is meant to be delivered to the Pikes. They use the underground tunnels, which are infested with Earlings, and after getting the spice, a battle ensues and awakens the hive where they narrowly escape. Cid and the Bad Batch return to the club, only to find that the Pikes are holding Roland hostage and plan to kill them all if they do not give them the spice. Cid agrees to get the spice, and Omega is held until they return. They use their ship and pulleys to get the spice containers, again narrowly escaping the Earlings. They return the spice to the Pikes, and Omega is released. They chop off one of Roland's horns and spare his life. The episode ends with everything back to normal on Ord Mantell. Okay, so what we liked about the episode. So we thought it was pretty interesting to see Cid's operation get taken over. I feel she's just been working in the shadows pretty unobstructed for the entire season so far. So it was kind of interesting to see that maybe she's not so invincible.
Yeah, it's actually kind of pretty cool because when we got introduced to Cid in the beginning, I actually didn't think she would have such a big role in the Bad Batch, but it's now that's their informant, that's who they're going for work right now. She's one of the characters in the Bad Batch that we get to see, and this episode was interesting because she actually takes more of a prominent role. She's actually in there with them throughout the episode, helping out, making sure that Omega gets returned and everything. So yeah, I'm a Cid fan now.
I personally just love all of her nicknames for them, Tiny and Goggles.
Yeah, no, she's classic. Love her.
Yeah, that was too funny. Yeah. It was also pretty interesting to see the Pike Syndicate return. So we've seen them quite often throughout the Clone Wars, and now they've made their debut in the Bad Batch, so
I really like seeing all those behind the scenes things like that. Pike Syndicate's cool. What's not to like about all that stuff? You always hear about all these crime families and that behind the scenes.
Totally.
So it's cool when they enter, and I actually really like that they returned in the Bad Batch here.
And they just I don't know, spice mining just continues, it's just this ongoing problem throughout most of the series at this point. So it's pretty interesting to see how it's still just a big thing in the galaxy,
Yeah. I personally really liked the cool caverns and the whole Earlings coming and attacking them and all the action.
Work in the hive.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'm a fan of all that stuff. Any movies that have a cavern or I don't know. It's just really cool. I like that.
I got a total Batman Begins vibe when the bugs started flying up, the Earlings.
Yeah.
I was because it's totally the bats from Batman Begins.
Oh, you see his wrecker just start wearing an Earling suit. No, that's cool. I didn't even think of that, but yeah, totally. Cid's basically just Bruce Wayne. Basically.
Totally, pretty much.
Yeah, I really like seeing Omega. How she put her faith in Roland in this episode too, and wanted to make sure that he was okay. And we just keep getting the sense that she's always looking for the good in everyone.
Totally.
She's always positive, and I think that's something the Bad Batch is kind of oh, why'd you want to help this guy? But she's Ruby likes him, so he can't be all that bad. I don't know. It's a refreshing touch to how things are looked at.
I think the Bad Batch sees it as kind of naive. Why do you not everybody's good? Stop trying to find the good in everybody. I mean, you see it at the beginning of the episode 2 when they're all right, let's get out of here. Cid's not here anymore, and she's well, no, we need to help Cid. What do you mean? She's always she forms these relationships with all these characters that she probably isn't meant to form relationships with, and then stands up for them when it seems like nobody else will, which is kind of cool to see.
Yeah, but it always gets repaid for her too. Like you see that she like stood up for Sid, and then Sid's like sticking up for her. So it's just like, I don't know. I like that. I like that she's even if it is considered naive, especially at this point in the galaxy, you know. I like it. I like seeing that because you probably need a bit more of that in the galaxy at this point.
I agree. Yeah. So in terms of a rating, I'm going to give this episode a 7 out of 10. It was a pretty straightforward, kind of all-encompassing episode. Like I said, I thought it was pretty cool to see the Pike Syndicate again, and, you know, just how they're still smuggling spice through the galaxy. I was kind of hoping the episode would be, like, building up to something bigger, but it seems like, for the most part, it kind of ended at the end of this episode. And to me, it was kind of a filler episode, like... It didn't really add a lot to the plot. Maybe it, like, developed the relationship between Sid and the Bad Batch a bit. But, like, overall, I thought it was going to lead to something a lot bigger, and then it didn't. So, I don't know. Yeah, I guess 7 out of 10.
Nice. Yeah. I'm going to give this one a 6.5 out of 10. It was a really cool setting with the underground cavern, and I loved that chase scene. I really enjoyed seeing that development of Omega still keep going on this episode, whereas, like, you know, she sees the best in everyone, and I think that that gets repaid for her, right? Sid sticks her neck out for her as well. And like you said, like, I loved seeing the Pikes come in this episode, and kind of it's cool. Every episode, even if the plot's not really leading to something, it's showing you kind of like what's going on, like. Now we get to see, like, what's going on with the criminal activity. Well, now they're trying to expand into these areas and et cetera. So, yeah, I think it's a really cool episode. I think we're looking forward to the last 3 and seeing how that's going to be built up, because we know that Crosshair is after them now. So we're wondering when that's going to happen. Might be next episode, might be the last 2. But yeah, we're definitely excited to see how this series is going to end in the next couple episodes. So yeah, 6.5.
And there you have it. Thanks for watching, everyone. What did you think of this episode of The Bad Batch? Let us know down below in the comment section. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more great videos to come. We hope to see you all again in Leia's Lair.
You are not a Jedi yet.